Everybody, and welcome back to the Heroes Hype Premiere Series day number 2. The moment I said that, Bandit was like, all right, cool, I can get up, I can stretch. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you are ready for the best of 5 and the 2 best of 3s that we have coming up after this. I'm just making sure all my audio is set. We can bump that up a little bit right there. But we do have the members of Team Feedem on the left and Looking for Work on the right, and we are currently actually considering heavily what we're going to be getting in this ban phase right now. 2 of the top teams in our upper bracket. Also, Winterheart, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Hope everything is going well. Let's go ahead and check on the map bans and choices. Now, we don't, this tool is a little out of date, so you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit on this, and we have to work together on this one. But either way, Feedem lost the coin flip, so it looks like Looking for Work opted for first pick priority. Sky Temple and Tomb of Spider Queen were banned out by the members of Looking for Work. Team Feedem banned out Alterac Pass and Hanamura Temple. Obviously, we don't have a Hanamura Temple here, but we can at least just imagine it's there. And Dragonshire was our first map chosen by the members of Team Feedem. And dear Lord, I'm missing something right now. Savage Gopher, thank you for the 3 months of support, my friend. And Hostile,
to the end of the world.
I'll see you on, no, I was gonna say I'll see you on Thanksgiving, but I'll also see you at BlizzCon. I'm super pumped to see you, my friend. We'll get some pizza and beers. I have missed you. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for the tier 1 subscription. And welcome, everybody. All right, let me actually get my screen adjusted here because I currently am just looking at that draft screen. We are on Dragonshire, so we can see the possibility for something like a Dahaka priority for the ability to be able to brush talk into the bottom lane, but there's also poke value. You need to consider the team fight over the bottom lane as well. So you have Uther and Sylvanas being banned on the left-hand side. Makes a lot of sense. They're respecting Fury's main tank Uther and the Sylvanas push pressure. No, on the right-hand side, they're gonna be they're respecting Lutano's Tracer play, and they're also going to get rid of that Joanna, which makes sense. But Garrosh and Junkrat on the left-hand side, great poke, great control, great fighting over those Dragon Shrine areas. And then you also have Tassadar. You have a Vala to follow up and an Ariel. This is something that they've been running a lot on the side of Looking for Work during the HeroesHype Premiere Series tournament, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're not showing a ton from their hand. They're just realistically being like, we're playing what's comfortable. We know what we can win with, and this Tassadar Ariel, it's really, really strong. I absolutely love it. Lorelei, what is up? Winterheart, how are you doing? I have one request. Can I get a honk in the glass bottle if you have that? Like, oh, wrong one. There you go. Or, wait. There you go. I have two of the glass bottle ones, but either way, let's get into our draft. Enough honking around. We have this ETC going to be banned out on the left-hand side. Dragonshire, I still consider the Dahaka here. I think for the solo lane, it could be pretty powerful. The ability then to just make a 4v5, a 4v4, a 5v4. It's a really, really powerful tool, but might be something they're not really considering. Maybe something in the healing department they want to get rid of, like an Ana or even the Tyrande right there. So not respecting, but they're just like, you know what, Ana's not something we feel threatened with, but definitely the Tyrande is. Now we do have collusion here on the side of Team Feedem, and he's known to play, a really strong Kharazim, and this is definitely a map where you have a lot of brawling, a lot of fighting over those points, where you can definitely go for the Kharazim if you want to go for those heals. But they pick up a Jaina, and what's better than just punches? Well, a nano boost. So they're gonna have that for the Jaina, and it's gonna pair well into that Garrosh. You can go for the Warlord's Challenge, Ring of Frost, or the Water Elemental, which is something we much more often see on Dragonshire due to the fact that, as I keep saying, there's a lot of brawling around these points, and you do have the ability to have that sustained damage, extra damage within the fight. There's the Dahaka I've been rambling about all evening, which makes a lot of sense. And then Muradin gonna have that mobility. It works really well because you can initiate, you can disengage as well with that, and then you also have a little bit of CC to follow up onto the tongue drag or even set up the tongue drag. Mikey, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. I hope you're doing well this evening. Stark, how are you, my friend? Thank you. Perfect, perfect, thank you. Keenan, how are you? I love you too. You need the 1 year, the sparkly, it's supposed to be platinum, but it came out more pink, and I'm like, good enough. And Shad, how are you? All right, Urel's gonna round out the solo lane for that. Okay, into Dahaka, I think that's really good because the Righteous Hammer does give you a little bit of control in the lane and forces back that Dahaka. Also gives you some control within these fights. I really, really like the direction they've gone with this. Let's go ahead and bring it back over to Ban and I so he can give you the breakdown and analysis with his co-caster. Seems like it's going very well over there. Can't believe they didn't ban Ana with an Ariel healer. That's actually a really, really good point, Lorelei, because Ariel does bank on the fact that you have that Well of Hope, so you throw out the Bio Grenade, you're going to be able to completely not completely, but mitigate some of that healing coming out. Maybe that's the reason we're seeing the choice of Ana over the Kerosene, because I was thinking Kerosene because of the Vala, so you have the block totem, and that's going to be able to disengage, or not disengage, but deny some of the damage out from them. But denying healing, that might be a little bit stronger. I agree, Bandit. I agree. Oh, you're fine. You're good. Your analysis is welcome. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. We got a lot of great games this evening, and we are just beginning with our first best of 5 of the evening. Let's go ahead and jump on into this. We're ready to go. On the left-hand side, Hedgie best third guy. I agree. We're going to get some squeaks in here, but honestly, I'm not going to stop them. We have Team Feedem on the left-hand side with Collusion going to be on the Ana. Zugrug will be on the Garrosh. We'll have Hosty on that Jaina. Cure is going to be on the Urel, and we are going to be having Lutano on the Junkrat. On the right-hand side, we have got, exactly, Bandit, we got the members of Looking for Work. Dark Chimera is going to be on the Ariel. We're going to be seeing Fury on the Muradin, Tomster on the Dahaka. Casanova is going to be on that Vala, and we have Goku on the Tassadar. Let's go ahead and get on into this. YOLO Micro Noob, thank you for the follow as we got into this game, as we are just going to see a little bit of, oh, instant pause. Okay. 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 It's not so much that he wants to kill. Oh. All right. Thank you for the Twitter post today. I really needed to read that. It's perfect. Okay. We're figuring out some things in the background, so it's all okay. We're good here. All right. Let's go ahead and get back into it. Bandit honk, exactly, Hostile, exactly. Alrighty, everybody. We have this, we're ready to go, we're back into it. Let's see what happens here as we do start this initiations. I'm just gonna turn this down in the background. It's a little bit loud on my end through my monitor speakers. And either way, Tomster is gonna be maybe stepping forward for the Tongue Drag, doesn't find it, and this is, ooh, great. Stormbolt out from Muradin. Lutano and friends are just gonna be able to rotate back out of there, and then Goku's already gonna be in this bottom lane, stacking up on that Saiyan Fusion at level 1, trying to get that 1000 stack so you can get more damage as well as you have the greater area. No, I always get this wrong. No, it's size and damage, yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. For some reason, I thought you got a second charge of it, but either way, I believe that's actually, no, that is the baseline of it. Either way, Tomster and Kira in top lane, they're going to be brawling it out up here. We'll take a peek at them for a little bit. Actually, hold on, there's a bit of a fight in mid lane. Zugrug is trying to make their way out, and they'll be able to do that, but I want to at least highlight the solo lane activity, because it's, I always note this in streams, but it's just something we don't get to highlight and see too often, and just kind of see how they're playing this and exactly how aggressive they're going to be. I was looking at minimap, I was watching, I thought there was a small engagement, but they're playing this aggressive on the side of Team Feedem. I like the way that they're kind of stepping up into looking for work here, saying we're trying to engage onto your side of the map, where it's not like, all right, we're just looking for experience, we're going to play around the shrines, we'll get the Dragonite, we'll siege in. It's not going to be that kind of passive play. It's definitely them searching for fights and trying to catch them out of position, and maybe even just punish them and just whittle them down and force, you know, Dark Chimera to use that Well of Hope. Casanova obviously can build up another charge, but still, it's just one of those things to force that cooldown is an important factor, especially before maybe a fight that will break out in bottom lane. But Tassadar pushes this out a little bit further, going to continue to stack up on that level 1. Nice use of the concussion mine from Junkrat. That's actually something that I've seen, like for example, Dahaka players or even Garrosh players using the toss or the tongue drag to pull the siege giants further into the front gate, so that way you're able to get the towers to do most of the damage and burn that down faster. That way you can regain control of your lane and force out your siege giants. Really good play from Lutano right there on that Junkrat, who is going to be going into the trap build as, oh wait, hold on, Goku in a not a horrible spot. They should have the, ooh, did they have phase shift up and available? They didn't. That I was just like, man, I'm just waiting for that phase shift to come out, but oh, okay, it wasn't up and available, but they have it now, and either way, or well, they'll be out of danger for now. Indomitable is going to be used as Garrosh is looking for a Dark Chimera, who gets thrown over to this kind of a safe side. They're going to get body blocked a little bit. They got a full well of hope just to heal themselves up. Lutano actually going to be saving Dark Chimera in the end right there. Fury is going to be down here, helping to force back the enemy team. This is going to be a little bit of a back and forth over these 2 points, but no one for the Dragon Knight just yet. Tassadar doing a bit of double soak rotation, but this is also good for them because they can work on the stacks a little bit quicker and continue to bring the experience in for the friendly team. No kills just yet on either side, and that's why you're seeing a pretty close experience. You're not really seeing any experience gap, mostly because they haven't really been missing out on their mid lane either. Hosey doing a great job of rotating around and grabbing the regeneration globes and just stacking up for that level 1. That's the big thing for her, honestly. No ban skins, Monk ass, yeah. Yeah, no, it's in the HeroesHype Premier Series rules. If you go to their like if you go to the bracket, then you hit the info tab. I think it's like if you scroll just below the prizing, it actually says like it says what the bans are. But I don't know. I know the HeroesHype Discord has like Samuro is banned and Garden of Terror is banned because of the way that Garden of Terror spawn works, and then Samuro has some interesting features, if you will. 7 talent here will be here for both sides. They have a small advantage on the side of Team Feedem, but not a massive one as they hit it first. But they're not going for anything too aggressive. Garrosh just also working on that Warbreaker at level 1, just stacking that up at 8 out of the 15 stacks on that one. So I do believe they have the first portion of the quest because it's only 5 for that one right there. And so you have that extra damage over time, but then you have the cooldown reduction when you actually finish it out. But Zugrug is going to have to pop the Indomitable. Murden jumps in, trying to find some damage. Zugrug does go down. First blood going over to the members of Looking for Work. And my phone was not on silent. Whoopsie. My apologies, everybody. Now you know I'm a Doctor Who fan. Alrighty. This is going to be Dragon Knight available for the members of Team Feedem, but they regain control of bottom lane. This Chattering Teeth, I've been seeing a lot of players go for it, and it's been working out for them. They also have the Sticky Wicket, which I'm loving this synergy between the two of them. Like, we were seeing... Oh, I'm blanking on the name of who was the one who actually did it last night, but it was on Tomb the Spider Queen, and they basically threw out that combo on a Garrosh who was entombed, and it was just, someone clipped it. It was really, really good. And so far, the trap build has been working out pretty good for a lot of those Junkrat players that I've been casting so far. Once again, Team Feedem does have the availability for the Dragon Knight, but they're not going to be... I don't think they're going to be trying to grab it. No, okay, they will be able to. I thought there would be an interrupt from the Tassadar, but... Ooh, okay. Ariel is on the point, down in bottom lane. They're okay on that one. Deathwing doesn't count. He's not playable yet. Yeah. A lot of Forber pros coming out for this, meaning they're getting ready for HCC 2020. Bean, I mean, as much as I'd wish, no, it's decent pricing. It's $10,000 prize pool. I think first place, the first place team takes home. It's like just under 2,500, and that's just from that main prize pool. I believe there's a secondary one that people can donate to on the Matcherino site. So there's that. Plus there was $500 per first place for every single cup, and then there was some other pricing for lower placings as well. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know 500 per cups, and there were 6 cups. So if you took all the cups and in the grand finals, you're in for a decent amount of money. But either way. Honestly, Samuro is the most well-designed hero overall. Can't think of a better one, Kappa. He's got a lot of features, is what we'll call them. Let's go ahead and cycle through some of the other numbers. We've seen our 10 talent tiers. Nothing really too out of the ordinary. Vala is going to be going into the strafe, or as we like to call it on the stream, the spinny shooty shot, because sometimes the caster can't remember things and he refuses to look at the actual talent. But I think there's just going to be some extra damage they want to bring to the table with that one right there. The Rain of Vengeance does offer a lot of good a lot of good utility, but the thing is Garrosh does have Indomitable, and that's the one that's going to be stepping up. So I think the Rain of Vengeance will be a great way of just, not Rain of Vengeance, the strafe will be a great way to just continue to push out damage. Stasis will be used, and they're trying to buy time away from the Riptire, but it still finds Dark Chimera, and that will be Ariel going down. You can see Bandits already cheering, and it seems like we have a co-caster who is a little more one-sided towards Team Feedem, it appears. Either way, Kier's going to get caught out over here on the left-hand side, but they'll have some healing from the Ana from a distance, and Tomster will be able to neander their way back into the top lane. This should be Dragon Knight in favor. I don't think Tomster should be trying to poke at this due to the fact that you just be staggering out a death that's not necessary and giving over easy experience. So it's even in that right when it comes to experience, but we'll see how much that changes, as this will be the Dragon Knight pushing in through mid lane. He's absolutely wild tonight. Oh, I'm missing things in chat. So I was like reading half of a chat and I was just like, wait, what? Who's bringing in where? Oh, either way. Crescent Method, how you doing? Crosby, how are you, my friend? Epic Player, good to see you. Everyone, how are you? Sorry if I missed you. It's been an intense game number 1. It's been pretty back and forth and pretty fast. But it's gonna be a Warbreaker finished out by the Garrosh right there as they continue to try and open up this lane a little bit further. And that's it. Okay, they just disengaged. I was just waiting to see if they try and pressure that up any further, but it's not going to be the case right there as Tomster will continue to hold this bottom lane. You all right over there? He's never cared about a toy. Like, he hasn't cared about a toy all day until literally right now. Kier gonna be, Fury not gonna catch the Stormbolt onto them, but Casanova's gonna be trying to dive further forward. That's going to be the Tainment Strike into the wall, and they find a kill onto Yrel. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, you can see the Bruiser Camp was picked up during all of that. Collusion and friends were saying, you know what, Kier, I think you make it out, oh wait, no, you don't make it out alive. They had an Ardent Defender, and I'm wondering if they were just banking on that, but just the chain CC was a little too much, and they ended up just getting exactly the damage they needed. Gonna go ahead and take out this bottom lane well, which is a really smart tool on their end on the side of looking for work. Just takes out the lane sustain as Fury's trying to play aggressive over here on the left side of the map. We can actually get the vision for Tomster, who's still in that top lane battling out against the Junkrat. But look at this bottom lane siege, pretty strong, and they also have that great Tainment Strike into the wall. They're going to follow up, and Dominable is going to be used, and they chase further in. That's going to be Archon form with the Warlord's Challenge coming out. Zagreb trying to make their way out, but that's the strafe on the left-hand side from Casanova, who's almost able to get a kill onto Garrosh. But basically, they just back off. We have the Dragon Knight should be actually reactivating fairly soon. Lutano doing a great job of putting the pressure onto Tomster in this top lane, forcing them back with the concussion mine, with the having kind of a safety range with the Chattering Teeth on that steel trap. So I like the way that they're just playing this because they've kind of got themselves safe, and as just being a nuisance as well on the side of Lutana. Just like, all right, cool, I'll just be able to knock you back and just slow down that destruction of the mini wave pushing into top. But Shrines activate here, bottom lane going to be cleared out, and they're going to be setting themselves up for second Dragon Knight of the game. Issa, thanks for coming by. Also, by the way, everyone in chat, please thank Issa. They are doing all of the admin work in the background for stream this evening, and just love them, hug them, and tell them they're beautiful, because that's what they are. That's like, they run everything. Lobby just gets set up. They're just like, these are all the maps that are banned. This is what they're playing. And I'm just like, cool. I'll just talk for the next 4-ish hours. 14 to 14 levels. They're going to go ahead and get a toss onto Tassadar, who does use that phase shift to get right out of there. They should be fine. I don't think there's any sort of follow-up on top of this. Warlord's Challenge going to be going out onto Fury, who has the Crystal Aegis thrown on them. They have 5 seconds for the Avatar form. They just need to survive a little bit longer, but that's not going to be the case as the Riptire gets the kill. We do see that Dahaka's trying to make their way out, popping the Essence, gets thrown away once again. They should have the Darkswarm up and available soon. That allows them to move through enemy units, enemy heroes, so they won't be impeded by any sort of body blocking, but it was enough, and they find 2 kills. The members of Team Feedem coming to life here and really starting to put on the pressure, but they need to deal with this top lane coming in. This was picked up right before that bottom lane engagement, and I like the way that I think Yrel is going to be going for the Dragon Knight first. They're just like, you know what, the tower can handle most of this, we're not going to lose it, but they should quick rotate someone to mid lane so that way they are up and available for the Dragon Knight. They still have 2 down on the opposing side, so it would be a 3v3 in bottom lane. It's just who you're going to throw in is the big question. And you can see Tassadar rotates over to mid. Oh, it looks like they were going to try and get cured into both. Or not into both, but to do both. But I think that, yeah, it was a bit of a too slow of a rotation right there. Just too slow of a rotation. Murda makes it to top. This camp, I was saying that it won't get the tower. It's not going to, but it definitely is going to be putting on a lot of pressure. What's up, pup? He's just staring at me. It's going to be 16 talent tiers across the board. We'll hold this for a little bit, and we'll look at some of the other numbers as the game does progress. Tongue Drag goes out onto the Siege Giant. This is what I was talking about earlier in the game, like Tomster, for example, using that to pull that Siege Giant in so the towers burn it down a little bit quicker. Chattering Teeth going to zone away a couple members on the left-hand side. Siegeblade, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. A little bit of poke. Tongue Drag once again, and that works out right there. Stormbolt into the bush just to face check that one, or at least Stormbolt that bush to be able to force them back, or excuse me, finish out the quest. Dear Lord. Fury's looking for it. They're going to jump over the wall. They're going to try and engage here. They're looking for some sort of angle that's going to be the Righteous Hammer to force them back. Riptire's going to be coming out. It's going to explode almost immediately. Warlord's Challenge was used as well. Hosty going to be the target here, who was nano boosted as well. Muradin putting in a lot of pressure. That's Ana going down. Hosty to follow as well. This is Zugrug splitting from the team as they do have the absorption used by Urel, who does try and get the Avenging Wrath out. The chain CC between Tomster and Dark Chimera has been so on point. Just that the tongue drag into the Detainment Strike, so very powerful right there. And now Dragonite available for the members of Looking for Work. They'll be able to grab this, and this will be their first one of the game, I do believe. Top lane is pressured out quite a bit, but I think they're looking to just open this lane up a little bit further. The quick rotation here from the rest of the team is kind of signifying that they definitely want to open this up, have some more map pressure in their favor, especially within middle lane. They can then rotate into top and maybe take an easy fort right there immediately after this one. But we have all of our other stats popping up, and you can take a peek at those ones. I'm just waiting to see, do they step up and try and take a fight? Ana and Jaina are going to be back here in just a second. Oh, no, they just... All right, let's disengage. I was like, what are you going to be going for here? They're going to try and push them through bottom lane a little bit further. This top lane fort's still up and available. They would honestly be a couple hits from the Dragonite, which does still have 44 seconds on it, but Muradin, look at Fury in the bush over there. Tongue Drag goes out into Zugrug. Sleep Dart goes out, so at least that stops that Tongue Drag from going out further. Oh my god, Cure was kicked away, and the Dragonite, they use the Fire Breath, and Tomster in a bit of a rough spot, who does get hit with the Concussion Mine. They don't have any sort of tunneling claws. Crystal Egg is to buy some time. They're trying to burn through the front gate as Tomster is able to get through. Riptire will be coming out. That will be enough to kill the Dahak, who does end up popping Essence, I believe, so that's going to be... it's a bit of a rough spot because you could have at least spawned with that, but Ariel does go down right there, and it's an absolute back and forth during this entire Dragonite phase. Whew. I think they disengage from this, where we got about like a minute before the Dragonite is announced once again. It's a pretty low cooldown on that objective on this map. But either way, playing this real well. All right. Let's see here. I'm just trying to see if there's anything questing wise to note, but it's just a lot of it's done. Muradin going to be sitting at 31 out of the 65,000 perfect storm stacks. So 31 a little bit on that lower side of what we typically. No, I'm just kidding. At 31 still really good right there. Especially they finished that quest out pretty early, but a lot of pressure coming in through this bottom lane in favor for the members of Team Feedem. Teams overstaying in bottom lane could be a little bit right there. Archon form was used there by that Tassadar. They don't have the Twilight Archon, so it's not going to be it's not going to be sustained through auto attack damage. But oh wait, Tomster was looking for a tongue drag right there. Gets the burrow. That's going to be a lot of damage from Kieran. Friends going to be pushing them back. The toss goes out. Dahaka goes down. This is a lot of siege damage coming in. That's a great Riptire as well as a great Concussion Mine. Muradin goes down as Hosty was nano boosted. That's 2 for none. They got all these siege giants in bottom lane ripping through this keep. I mean, you can see the core, the keep health going down, and what I wanted to say was now they probably set their sights on the core here. Tassadar was on the side clearing a lot of that out, but with the 2 dead, they're looking to try and end here. Hosty has a lot of good damage. They have Cure and Zugrug to kind of anchor. Lutano does a decent amount as well. Cure gonna just control, I guess, around here. Ooh, Casanova gonna get thrown out. They follow up with the Groundbreaker. That's going to be a Crystal Aegis to keep them alive. Dark Chimera with full bar of hope, but they need to be able to have a cooldown for that one. Drops it on themselves, and the core is starting to fall a little bit as they're staggering out after death after death, but Ana goes down, so they don't have any heals. Hosty gonna be the target. They know Warlord's Challenge as well. Dark Chimera gets the heal on themselves as they get hit with the Concussion Mine, but the core is slowly falling down. Really good ice block from Hosty, who ends up going down, but I think they threw enough damage onto the core, and that will be game number 1. Over to the members of Team Feedem. GG. Well played. Woo! That was just non-stop. They just did not stop. I went to go pick up my tea and I had to put it back. I'm very surprised the team called Team Feedem doesn't have a Leoric Murky or overly aggressive Butcher. Yeah. That was a really good game 1 to open up our best of 5 series here. Whew. Kratz, how you doing, friend? Thanks for coming by. Those Junkrat chaps did so much in the core? Yeah. How did he have so many out? I believe it's from Gotta Trap 'Em All. And then you also, I believe, get cooldown reduction. Hitting hero with concussion mine or steel trap increases the damage basic attacks. Oh no, so that's just not cooldown. Sorry. So you just get you're just getting the cooldown from gotta trap them all. It also increases the number of traps that they have. 7-second CD, yeah. What's up, Leon? How you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. Thanks for checking out the stream. All right, let's show stats once again, and then we'll get into our game number 2 here in just a moment, everybody. Wrath of Khan, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. Sorry, someone over at Elgato clipped my stream deck. Gramax, thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate that, my friend. All right, let's go ahead and we'll bring it back to Bandit and I, who looks like he has... Are you like, did you just throw everything around? You good, bud? Like, there's like 3 animals outside. How are you doing? Thanks for coming by as well. Oh, wow. All right, that was perfect timing. Whew. All right, let's see here. Oh, level 7? Level 7 was it? Oh, okay. Does Chattering Teeth have a silence? Oh, no. The level 7 has the silence. Yes, Sticky Wicket. So Chattering Teeth was picked up at level 4, and then because that's what I've been seeing a lot of teams do recently is they're picking up Chattering Teeth at 4, and then they go into the Sticky Wicket at 7. So that way you have that silence when you catch them, and then you have that Gotta Trap 'em All as we were just talking about, which is the 5-second cooldown on it already. Plus you can throw out the extra one, and then that pairs all the way back in to the level 1 talent. When you hit a hero with it, you get increased damage and a basic ability damage, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong on that part, but either way, it all synergizes really, really well around the traps and your concussion mines, but mostly around the traps, which I like the dynamics we've had with this. By the way, Beauty Chaos and Munka, thank you for the follow. I appreciate those. Really, really thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us. Yeah, it's broken. It's like, that's what, like, I was watching, I need to update the team score. Sorry. I just realized this mid-sentence. I was watching Cattle like a little bit ago when the rework came out, maybe a little bit after. And he was saying, he's like, this is really, really strong. Like, people should be going for this. Let me just update something on my end. So this is going to be that, and that's going to be that. Okay, let's hopefully not mess up the background stuff. Our spooky worm. Okay, so I need to choose... This is going to be this map, and it's this one? Yes. I haven't used this other map editor in a while. Dang, just instantaneously, Liam shows up here and just... Damn. It's ruthless in chat. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for following. Thank you for supporting the stream. Mikey, thank you for the host. I appreciate that, my friend. But we got a game. I hope you're all ready to go. Let's go to Infernal Shrines. Welcome back. We are here on Infernal Shrines with Team Feedem on the left-hand side, up 1 game in our first best of 3 of the evening. Excuse me, best of 5. We have 2 best of 3s after this one. So this is going to be the winner's bracket, best of 3, best of 5. This determines who goes to the best of 7 with a 1-game advantage. My apologies. Tomorrow night, and who falls into the lower bracket to potentially have to work their way back into that and go up against whoever wins this one with a 1-game advantage. We'll see what happens overall with that, but we are here on Infernal Shrines, and I'm sure you're sitting at home itching to find out how we got here, and let me go ahead and update you on that information right there. Team Feedem versus Looking for Work. Team Feedem lost the coin flip for that first game, so they opted for first pick priority on the side of Looking for Work. Sky Temple and Tomb of Spider Queen were banned up by Looking for Work. Alterac Pass and Hanamura Temple were banned up by Team Feedem. I don't have a Hanamura Temple on my best of 5 thingy, so we'll just pretend it's there. Dragonshire was the first map chosen by the members of Team Feedem and won. They opted for first pick priority as the losers on the side of Looking for Work, so map choice goes back over to Team Feedem, and they've decided to take us to Infernal Shrines. Let's go ahead and get back over into our draft, and seems like we have I was about to say the same bans, but I was just about to say, do we see the Joanna being first picked here? And this makes exact sense because, well, Fury is going to be wanting to just anchor with that and be extremely strong. And I don't blame him. It's a really, really good map for the Joanna. You're able to rotate between mid and bottom, group up minions. You can have something like a Gul'dan, a Jaina, a Kel'Thuzad sometimes. Really depends on your player. Nazebo if you want to go down that route. But the grouping of minions makes that rotation and that wave clear so much quicker. And it's just such a strong anchor for the friendly team. Viborgu, I think it is. Viborgu. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. Genji. Anduin. Okay. So we're going dive light bomb with the Genji. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I'm just trying to think like, all right, so you're diving in with the Genji. What else do you feel like you want to ban here? They don't have any sort of shrine clear. I was like, I don't know. Do we go Shimada Bros? That's a very, very old. I wouldn't say very, very old, but it hasn't been run very often, mostly because of the fact that Genji's fallen out of favor. But with Anduin coming in with that light bomb, Genji's popped up here and there. The Hanzo would offer them some shrine clear with that explosive arrow at level 4, but I think they would benefit a little bit more from a mage, in my opinion, like a Gul'dan or a Kael'thas, just to be able to lock them down. You can just chain CC them. You have the Blessed Shield, you have the light bomb, you can go for a gravity lapse. You have with Gul'dan, you have the Horrify if you do need that control in some situations, because they do have this Vala Tassadar, which can be an oppressive force. I know that's a weird thing to say, but Vala can be a very aggressive with a Tassadar, and just depending on what your main tank is going to be, we'll see how that all pairs together. But Garrosh was banned on the right-hand side, so they at least don't have to deal with that from the members of Team Feedem. Because I gotta say, that Garrosh from Zugrog, I believe, was very, very good. But they're gonna be going for the Kharazim. This is what we talked about in game number 1 draft, is how strong collusion is on the Kharazim. And I feel like they're maybe worried about the auto attack damage coming in with that Genji, maybe with their solo lane or whatever they end up picking up here to round this out. I like the Kharazim. It's very versatile, allows them to dive in with the Anub'arak as well, and also has some great mobility with the I don't think it's Swift Strikes. It's the Q, the quick dash. Maybe it's just dash. Either way, Sonya here on the right-hand side for the solo lane, and then Greymane to round that out. I actually really, really like this. It works really well together. Genji and Greymane can dive. Sonya has maneuverability. Joanna's just a strong tank, and Anduin can kind of save someone who steps a little too far forward, or is getting chain CC'd by, well, the Anub'arak and Vala. Yeah, it's possible. And then Malthael to round this out. Okay. Malthael into Sonya, I was wondering, I was thinking, I was like, you're either going to go into a Leoric or you're going to go into some percentage-based damage into that Sonya. And I was like, maybe we could be seeing, I like Leoric just for the wave clear in the setup, but that's a lot of, I wouldn't say it's a lot on the Vala because Kharazim can be very aggressive as well. Overall, I think it's a strong draft from both sides. Radiant Dash, thank you so much, Lorelei. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Are we in best of 5? Rob Christie, we are starting out in the best of 5, my dude. Collusion will actually get to play the game against Light Bomb Genji. Pog. Yeah, we are currently in our best of 5 series. We are starting out the way that, because the way that HeroesHype is doing this, so we have our best of 5, and obviously this team falls into the lower bracket, but then we have our 2 lower bracket games this evening. And if you hit exclamation point bracket, you can get information about all of that. But we'll have a best of 3 after this one. So best of 5, best of 3, and then one more best of 3. So I know that's just a lot of words, but it's just a lot of words. Now Vala doesn't get to play the game against Lightbomb Genji. Zell, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Let's go ahead and get into the game, everybody. I'm ready for this. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Team Feedem up 1 in our best of 5 series. We've got Zugrug going to be on the Anub'arak. Lutano will be on the Vala. We have Hosty on the Tassadar. Kira is going to be on the Malthael, and Collusion will be on the Kharazim. On the right-hand side, we have the members of Looking for Work. Down in our best of 5 series, trying to bring it back, bring us a series, and then you know, take it past 3 games. We got Goku going to be on the Greymane, Tomster will be on that Sonya, Casanova going to be on the Genji, Dark Chimera will be on that Anduin, and Fury on the Joanna. Looking at our level 1s, it's going to be the Iron Fist for that Kharazim, looking for some extra damage, and definitely going to be aggressive. Sonya, with all this auto attack damage coming into her, going into the Tough as Nails, I think is the name of the talent? Yeah. It's block, but I just always try and remember all the unique ones because it's just fun. But this is just going to be Goku diving out. Lutano will be able to get that vault out of there. I don't think we're seeing any sort of early game kill. I might have spoken too soon, as Goku is going to potentially. I was going to say Zugrug could chain CC them with the Burrow charge as well as the Impale right afterwards, but Casanova is going to be right by their front gate, going to play that safe right there, and they'll be fine. Actually, a little bit of pressure coming into this bottom gate as well. This is going to be the first Punisher. It will be an Arcane Punisher at that. So just kind of soft pushing or just opening up the lane a little bit further is really smart. Hosty actually just going to say, like, cool, I'll just go stack my Saiyan Fusion at level 1. That's fine by me. Like, you can just keep pushing bottom lane, open that up, and then we'll have Kier pushing into Tomster. And Tomster is going to play this top lane a little more so on the slower side. Oh, Malthier rotating down. Doing double soak or... Yeah, they're just doing so. Okay. I was like, are you doing double soak or are you coming in for the team fight? And it's just going to be, because I saw the Tassadar going down as well. I'm peeking around minimap because I don't want to miss anything right now as they do try and continually push in this bottom lane and open this up. The members of Team Feedem are looking for a quick best of 5 tonight. They want to play this aggressive. I don't often see teams go for this tactic. I typically see them just go into the standard rotations, just looking to pick up their level 4 or whatever, and then get ready for the first Immortal or for the first Punisher and grab their respective left and right Impaler camps. But this is a bit of a different game here between the members of Team Feedem and looking for work. Lutano taking a bit of damage. They do get some shielding from Tassadar, and they'll be fine right there. Sonya going to be doing some double soak as well. It looks like they've kind of adapted their composition, or at least the way that they're playing this map to reflect. And that's actually a really, really good learning and teaching moment right there for anyone in their own game. Like, if I was just talking about, like, I was just like, well, the standard is this. Well, sometimes you need to adapt to what the enemy team's doing, and if the standard isn't working or they're going against that grain, you need to be able to adapt on the fly. A great example of that is the old way that you used to run Tomb of the Spider Queen. Like, this is back when Chair League existed. You would rotate top, mid, bottom, mid, top. And you just did that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like, you just went to bottom to top to bottom to top, and like that's all you did as a 5 stack. And I remember I was playing in like one of the few tournaments I did with that team I was playing with, and we got bodied by that. And it was just like, we tried to do those rotations, we tried to learn it, and it's just so difficult. So it's one of those things like we couldn't adapt to, and we tried to learn it later, and it's just like we can't do this. We can't figure it out. Well, I was very bronze, so we didn't understand like solo laners or anything like that at that time, or like how wave clear worked. It's wild. It's wild how you grow over time. Anyways, it's a good note for anyone who is wondering, like, in your own games, like if something's not working, obviously changing and trying to adapt to the enemy team sometimes is the better way to go about it. Sometimes you can't be the driving force in the game. You have to adapt, and then, well, you can respond a little bit later. But right now, seems like the members of Team Feedem are going to be holding out this game, going to be pushing with this first Punisher in this bottom lane. Sonya is going to be clearing out top, but they've already... Ooh, wait, hold on. They're going to dive onto Lutano, who does get that Radiant Dash from Collusion. Oh my god, saving them for now. Fury going to be able to walk right out of there as well, but very low on health. Kier going to be able to clear the rest of this out. Sonya going to be rotating in, but that's mostly just for the experience in mid lane. Probably going to be going back into doing double soaking, as probably that's what Kier's doing as well. And this will be first Arcane Punisher, first Punisher of the game, going over to the members of Team Feedem. Let's see what value they get. Oh, and Leon Black got hit with the butt spot. Bahamut's casting a ton of heroes tonight. I've never seen him do that every single... Wait, what? I must have missed something. Rob Christie, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Sorry if I missed anybody. Either way, Punisher jumping out. We're going to be seeing Hosty continuing to put the pressure over there, but that will actually be... That was our first blood of the game, going to be the Greymane going down 4 minutes in. And it's not that crazy for it to be this late, but it's just one of those things, just like, for how back and forth and how brawly they've been between these two teams, especially from game 1 and even into this game number 2, it's a little surprising, but now they're trying to step up and be even more aggressive right now through this bottom lane. The next Punisher... There's like an infinitesimal percentage that it could be bottom lane once again. We'll see in a couple seconds, but it should be either mid or top, and then it will either rotate through the Mortar or the Frozen, since we just had the Arcane. If anything, you wanna be getting a Frozen Punisher just due to the fact of how it locks down the lane, and it actually will be a Frozen Punisher in top, so I would expect them to maybe consider pushing in this top lane a little bit further, a little bit harder, so that way they can be more aggressive with this next Punisher, or maybe even the same thing on the opposing side, trying to be able to push this out, so that way they themselves, instead of looking for work, can get some massive advantage, because Bottom lane will now have periodic catapults coming through every third wave, plus you get that passive experience gain from that tower going down. And let's just go ahead and cycle. Oh, Goku. I looked down at my stream deck for 1 second to push my button that cycles. Like, I push one button and it does all of this cycling for the talents, the experience, the kills, all of that. Like, that's just one button and it's on a timer. But I look down because I always have to double check because it's I either miss that or I end up hitting my desktop audio, which I should probably not just put them next to each other, maybe move them around. Either way, we have 10 talent tiers. Divine Palm actually going to be picked up from the Kerazim here. Interesting. Going to be going for that save. I didn't expect them to think that they were kind of in a position to find themselves getting... I'm trying to find the wording for this, the proper wording for it, but I just they haven't seemed like a team that is verging death in a lot of these fights. Like it's a lot of them being the driving force, and that's why I was thinking maybe seven-sided strike, especially into the Sonya, into that Joanna as well. But Malthael in a bit of a rough spot here as they're just trying to dip, dive, and dodge, doing their best to also steal away some, just trying to rip that soul, but it's not enough. They do get the camp in top lane while all that's happening. That kill in bottom will yield them a little more experience to push them closer to that 10, but this is the push that I was talking about. Opening this up is going to be a huge factor for for the members of Team Feedem. And I just looked over. That's Falling Sword. Okay. That's Falling Sword Light Bomb. Interesting. You didn't miss anything except the sarcastic tone I was going for in that message. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I glance over at chat, I'll read one message and be like, oh, okay, and then just keep going. So most of the time I'm just skimming, and that's why 90% of the time I get things wrong, like people's names. And holy crap, Zell and Tanagraph, I think, I'm once again glancing. Thank you for the follows, I really appreciate that support, my friends. But it's 10 talent tiers for both teams. No talent tier advantage on either side. We have some questing talents that are still being worked through. But top lane Punisher, activated by Kier on the Malthael. Let's see what they're able to do. Well, actually, let's pull away the talents really quickly. Wrath of Berserker was used by the Sonya. See, now they could have been a triple threat, and they could have also gone for Leap with Sonya, so they could have Leap Light Bomb. Just saying, you know? Just, you know, stack up stuns like that. Perfect. Either way, they're just going to be going back and forth over this Frozen Punisher for top lane. If they can grab this on the side of Team Feedem, that'll be... It's already prepped quite a bit for them, and I think this will be a free for it. They'll have to defend this back by... Oh, wait, Light Bomb, Falling Sword, connects onto 3. That's going to be the Falling Sword on top of it. Even in by the front gate, the web rep went onto the Sonya to at least force her back for a couple seconds. Last right onto Goku, that will find themselves the kill, and that also was just going to be collusion, making sure they're just going to have that extra damage out, because the last rights use whatever missing health bar you have. So if Tassadar was able to get any sort of healing up for a second, they just wanted to be able to make sure that was a secured kill. And 2 kills in favor for Team Feedem. They also find themselves a 13 talent tier during all of this, and they're going to say, Malthael, you're great at clearing the shrine on your own. We're going to go ahead and push as a team. And now they're threatening keep front gate, if not keep, with this next Punisher, which is going to be huge for Team Feedem. I love the way that they're playing this. Very smart, very tactical, and very just... I keep saying they're in the driver's seat, but that's very much it. They have control. They know what they're doing. It's basically their game to decide what they want to do. Like, they're like, all right, do we go gank the Greymane in mid lane who's out kind of far because there's no fort, so we can literally rotate through here? But no, we're going to grab the Punisher, we're going to siege on up, and we're going to prepare ourselves to potentially take this keep through the top lane. Greymane does come back here. They were just trying to close that experience gap a little bit better and force back mid lane as well, buying themselves some time, because you can see bottom stacked up as well as mid, and they don't have forts in either of those lanes, so catapults push a little more effectively there, as a couple members getting frozen by those Frost Nova blasts from the Frozen Punisher, but gonna be fine for now. No one gonna be going down. Kier actually getting a little bit low. That Frozen Punisher will lock down the tower for, I believe, 2 seconds. Pure gonna get jumped on right there. Can they capitalize on top of that? Doesn't look like it. They're trying to pull the Punisher over towards this mid lane. Looks like it actually did stay over there, so they're gonna be probably losing their top lane keep. No, actually, they might have to back out of here before the keep even goes down. Last rights onto Fury. Nice use of the Iron Skin. Web Wrap goes onto the Greymane, and I think that was mostly just to be able to say, you know what, Greymane, you can't threaten our backline. Genji's really the only one who's just going for, I think, some dismounts here, but they don't really have room to chase. I don't think it's worthwhile. So they end up backing off, but great push pressure coming out from the members of Team Feedem. I do want to say that Light Bomb Falling Sword combo worked out really, really well. They just weren't able to capitalize on a kill. Like the Light Bomb hit 3, the Falling Sword was right after it, so they got that knock up or that second kind of stun. They had Joanna right by the front gate with the condemn and the body block. They had a lot of tools to get the kill, but it's the shielding from Tassadar, the healing from Kerzim just a little too good, and they were able to survive through that and end up turning it around. Impaler Camp grabbed for the mid lane, Impaler Camp gonna be grabbed for the bottom, and we'll be seeing ourselves preparing for a mid lane Mortar Punisher, and that will be going on to this keep right here. Gate's still fairly healthy, but constant catapults, a mountain top lane. They got to consider that one right there. It's gonna be, it's a rough spot. Is there an infinitesimal butt of repeated lane? I think they took that out of the first butt spot. It's a shrine. No, I swear that I was actually talking with Jhow about it, and he got it like on his stream like not a month or two ago. I swear he got it on his stream. He was telling me about it during Tespa Collegiate, like when we were on a break or something like that. They might have taken it out, but I've always heard that it's still there. But there's an infinitesimal, very small. Light Bomb last rights doesn't find a kill. Gonna be trying to turn this around, as that was going to be the Genji getting web wrapped in the left-hand side. Gonna be able to get the dash out, but they also had the leap of faith to save them in that one. And this is still 16 talent here in favor for the members of Team Feedem. Meanwhile, they have a camp and 3 catapults mounting through top. So if they delay them from backing out here, this could be... There's potential for game end with how much pressure comes out. Goku the first one to go down. Light Bomb into the backline. Casanova very low, trying to find some sort of way to get out of there. They're able to do so. They do find a Kerzim kill. So 1 for 1, but Fury gonna have to pop that Iron Skin. That's gonna be a great burrow charge, but they don't get... They get the... Oh, wow, the triple kill right there. And this is what I was talking about, delaying this out. This is gonna be catapults and the Shaman Camp doing a lot of great work right there, and they just stop them from backing. Sonya's the only one who I think was actually trying to sneak away and back out, and now Tomster kind of revealing themselves. They might have been able to back out of there, but these catapults, this mini wave's doing some good work, but there's more catapults on their way. Cue the Benny Hill music. That's the last rights. The Hearth goes out. Greymane is back, so they end up only losing about 30%. Not that bad. Not that bad. Oh yeah. Game Wikipedia says Shrines, there's a 0.015% chance that either, yeah. So really you mean 0%? I mean, yeah. I live in a world of fractional inches for my job, so like, and also like I use like to the 100th degree when we do measurements and stuff like that. So like very, very tiny decimals, like that's still a 0.01 to me. Like that's 0.01%. It's possible. It's possible. Very, very, very small, but it's still possible. It's in there. Mid lane Mortar is going to be coming out right now. The 16 talent here is not too far behind on the side of looking for work, but they have to defend down that talent. They don't really have a wave crashing in. Genji's doing it as best they can just to try and pick that up through bottom lane, but they're going to need to back off and try and come help the friendly team save the core, as this is going to be Wrath of Berserker pop by Tomster. Rain of Vengeance out from that Vala. Last rights onto Goku. Excuse me. They don't find the kill onto him. And this is going to be Punisher jumping over. 2 keeps are down. Ooh, Genji going to be out of here. This is looking like Team Feedem is going to be taking this game number 2 here in a pretty strong fashion. Light Bomb, Falling Sword. They're going to be able to connect onto Collusion. Lutano, I think, had a cleanse onto them from Collusion with one of the dashes right there. And Greymane ends up going down. The Punisher's still hitting the core. Cure on the right-hand side as well. Looks like the members of Team Feedem take a 2-0 up in our best of 5 series. They're looking to end this in a 3-0 fashion. Let's see if they can do it in the next game. I live in a world of fractional inches. I'm so sorry to hear that, Baja Kappa. I work in construction, okay? All right, Ektar. Like, no joke, today, I was told to change something to 30 seconds, I think it was. I think that was the measurement off the top of my head. And I was like, all right, that's great. Steel cables. Genji just vanished. Yeah, I was actually a little surprised. I was like, wait, where did Genji go? Vita! Vita's in chat? Hold on. What's up, Vita? How are you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. Also, here you go, Vita. This is also for you. Where are you? There you are. It didn't go. Hold on. There you go, Vita. I hope you're having a wonderful night, my friend. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Sheer craziness that I forgot it was a best of 5 series. Isn't that kind of the best, though? Isn't that kind of the best? You're just like, oh, that's it. Like, we have to move on to a different team. No, we're not done just yet. Looking for Work can run it back. Looking for Work can 100% run it back. Whoopsie. I wasn't prepared. All right, we're getting ourselves here set up for game number 2. Let me go ahead and update my scores. Let me also update my draft tool in the background, and let me find out who got what. So it's going to be, ooh, okay. Yeah, honk. I, honest to God, like, I love my stream deck. Like, I have Kevin's in here. Like, look at this.
We're dead.
That's just the best, or just honks. Honks all day. That's my plug for Stream Deck. Please sponsor me. What is Yit Boss doing in our game? Get out of this lobby. Literally came in and goes, wow. Can we get Baja Goose emote? Yes. When we get partner, we'll have Baja Goose emote. I actually changed my tier 3 sub emote because I had Alarak of the Storm make me a little emote, and then I haven't been able to get. Hold on a second. That's that. Sorry, I just want to update our little map tool so we're ready to go. But I was just like so sick of not using it, so I was like, well, when we get partner, we'll do it. And I'm like, well, we haven't got partner, and I really want to use this, so we're just gonna go ahead. This is number 3. Yes, sick. All right. Our spooky worm. We're ready to go. I need to get a stream deck. I butt to get a stream deck. Untitled Goose Game is making honks 3 point. I love Untitled Goose Game. It's such a good game. All right, let's go ahead and get into our draft, everybody. We are back. We are here in game number 3 of our first series of the evening. It's going to be a best of 5. The other 2 matches we have are going to be best of 3s. Those will be in the lower bracket. If you want to find out more information about the current tournament, or where we sit within the standings, or even just within the bracket, exclamation point bracket will find all that information for you. But if you're ready to get into Battlefield of Eternity and you're wondering how we got here, I got you covered. Don't you worry. Get them spooky worms in there. 4 yes. I'm assuming this is a best of 5. Yeah. We got best of 5s here, Mikey. All right, so we do have the members of Team Feedem losing the coin flip for game number 1. First pick was chosen by Looking for Work in said game number 1. Sky Temple and Tomb of Spider Queen were banned out by Looking for Work. Alterac Pass and Hanamura Temple were banned out by Feedem. Just kind of assume that Team Feedem, we assume that Hanamura is there. I just don't have it. I don't have a little tile for it. Dragonshire was the first map chosen by Feedem and won by them. They opted for first pick in game number 2 on the side of Looking for Work. They lost that map as Team Feedem chose to take us to Infernal Shrines. And then once again, they opted for first pick on the side of Looking for Work. And Battlefield of Eternity, going to be our game number 3, map chosen by Team Feedem. And Dark Chimeran, thank you so much for the tier 2 subscription. You got yourself a wonderful little bandit emote. Thank you so much for the tier 2. Holy crap, my friend. And if I think I said that wrong. I think I said Dark Chimera. Dimicarion. My apologies. I read Dark Chimeran. That's my brain changing letters around. Sorry I messed that up. But thank you so much, seriously, for the tier 2 sub. I cannot thank you enough on that one. Let's actually get into our draft here for Battlefield of Eternity. We have Uther being banned out, still respecting the main tank Uther from Fury. We have the Sylvanas banned out as well. The Joanna will be banned out, and as well as the Tracer. So they're just respecting the Lutano Tracer, especially on a map like this. But they grab the Garrosh, they grab the Zeratul. Really strong start for them on the left-hand side. Seems like they're going to go back to that Vala. They're going to go ahead and, yeah, get yourself that bandit emote. Beautiful little emote. Thank you seriously for the tier 2 sub. I cannot thank you enough for that. Vala and Alarak for some aggression, and Malfurion as well. Okay. Hasta read the same. It's like the horrible thing is like I've got like monitor lights and just everything going on, and then I just glance over. I'm like, all right, Dimmacuran. Oh wait, Dark. Yeah. It's. I gotta pay attention a little bit more. We are in our ban phase right now, and they do need a main tank, so getting rid of something that Ooh, actually gonna get rid of the Blaze here. Okay. It does work with their composition, gives them some dive, gives them some AoE stun. Also, the bunker's a good way to kind of pause the team fight. I don't think we would have seen a combustion, but just bunker's such a good kind of pause tool in a fight, much like a Lucio break it down. High Lord time? I'm ready for this. I'm excited about this. I love a good Alarak game. Alrighty, we do have this last band coming out from the members of Looking for Work. Gonna respect the Kerosene. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense here. So they need some extra damage. They're gonna need a healer. Do they consider, let's see, Ana's still up and available. Nano boosted Zeratul is not a fun time. Nano boosted Li Ming is even worse. I actually really like the idea of an Ana here. But they could also pick up their solo laner because the opposing team doesn't need... Okay, I was gonna say the opposing team doesn't need a healer, so they could pick up their solo lane, but at the same time, as I said that, I was like, wait a minute, like, you have the opportunity to find out what their solo lane is and then respond to it. So I like the idea of the Deckard Cain. The Ana, I like the Ana a little bit more, but I think the Deckard Cain's gonna offer a lot more setup for the Zeratul as well as the Garrosh with the Scroll of Sealing, the slow from the Heraldric Cube, and even just some of the talents that you can go into there with the ability to get damage reduction from the enemy team, I believe it is, but that is going to be Dahaka and Muradin popping up here on the right-hand side for Looking for Work. Dahaka, not a hero we often do see on Battlefield of Eternity, but seems like that's the direction they're going to go into here. They want to have that brushstock availability. Interesting. I was thinking something more like a Sonya if they wanted like a tried and true when it comes to Bruiser. But going to that Dahaka, they could actually consider the Malthael. It's more damage. Whoa. Interesting. So that's a solo lane Zeratul. I always try and not put a lot of like faith into the names that like are currently under the hero. Like for example, I got debated last night because they had Azerial pick up the Blaze, and we were all like, I was like, oh my god, yeah, cool, we get to see Azerial Blaze, but they're like, no, we're gonna swap. So that's why I was like, oh wait, are we gonna see like solo lane Zeratul? Because Cure picked that up earlier. I was like, well, they could roll swap, so we don't know. But seems like as we're all locked in right there, and Zybachan? I think it's Choin. I'm horrible at reading names. Thank you so much for the follow, my friend. I appreciate that support, as well as Nixion. Thank you for the follow as well. Thank you so much, everyone who's checking out the stream and finding the stream. Thank you for coming by. I really, really appreciate it. Jet, how's it going? Deckard OP is right. Deckard is OP right now. Okay. Okay. Double reset. That is true. They did go into a double reset composition. I didn't even look at that factor. You are correct on that one. That's exciting. Let's go ahead and find this out. Left-hand side, we got Team Feedem up 2 in our best of 5 series. The other 2 matches after this will be best of 3s, but this is our only best of 5 of this evening. Cure will be on the Zeratul. Hosty will be on the Genji. We're going to be having Lutano on the Li Ming. Collusion will be on the Deckard Cain, and Zegrug will be on the Garrosh. On the right-hand side, trying to bring us back in our best of 5 series, we got the members of Looking for Work. Tomster is going to be on the Dahaka. We're going to be seeing Dark Chimera on the Malfurion. Casanova is going to be on the Vala. Fury going to be on that Muradin, and Goku on the Alarak. Let's go ahead. And, oh wait, Root comes out. A lot of damage immediately onto Zagrog, but they're going to be fine. Maybe not, as Hosty actually finds a great Swift Strike through. Hosty going to be able to find... Dear Lord, I drank too much tea during that draft. Whew, but they get a 1-for-1 trade. That's it for there. Thank you for streaming. The Flame, thank you for coming by. Like, I love you all for being here. Apparently, a bunch of people have found the stream this evening, which is just always exciting. That's just cool. Dahaka's gonna get pressured so hard in top. Dahaka's gonna get pressured so butt on butt. That is the best bot that I could have ever added to this stream. Dear Lord. All right, let's get into it. Let's check out our solo lane right now. I also want to just highlight some of the Zeratul play and just what we're seeing as well, because right now this is going to be vision for Tom, so you can see that shimmer. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, I was holding down the vision button. I was like, wait, I can't see any of the enemy team. Are they fighting like literally tokens on top of tokens? But no, it's just it was the vision. So I thought there for a second. But now we have no idea where Zeratul is. So this is the vision of Tomster, who you can see Kira just doesn't really care about clearing out the wave. They can mostly just wait for the front gate to set that up. But now we have a fight breaking down in bottom lane over this Impaler camp, and that's going to be Li Ming dumping in a lot of good damage. Zagrug in a bit of a rough spot does go down. But Dark Chimera are going to take a lot of damage from the Impaler camp, which was picked up by the members of Team Feedem. And the death timers are still pretty low at this time. It's going to be 7 seconds or so on that Garrosh, but we do have... Ooh, great use of the Stormbolt right there, but... Immortals will be spawning here in the next minute. We'll have the announcement in 30 seconds. Genji just being a huge nuisance onto Tomster with the agility over the wall and everything. Hostile, thank you for the host. Afishy, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everyone from Afishy stream. I hope you had a good stream, my bud. Thank you for bringing over the friends. What were you up to? If we can get a shout out for them in chat, that'd be wonderful. It's !SO and then the username. I would do it myself, but me can't do that. God, dear Lord, is my brain going apparently tonight. Anyways, does the party size include the streamer? What do you mean, Cranky Hero? Oh, yeah, I do believe so. I'm not sure. I really don't know. Either way, thanks for bringing over the friends. Alrighty. Cure right now in this top lane. Like what is the actual like siege damage from Cure? They actually do have a lot of siege damage in right now, but that's gonna be the dive coming out, and they find a pick onto Zeratul in the top lane. Really, really well played from Looking for Work. Being a little tricky here, picking up a couple. I love this. And Genji gonna be going into Shuriken Mastery at level 4. It's not something we see like very often. I've seen this maybe once before, like a month or so ago, and that's about it. We do have also Deep Roots as well for the Malfurion. And then Alarak is at 106 on that Sadism. They did go into the Show of Force at level 4, so they're going to be able to get that combo up to 20% from that one. They're going to get the toss into Fury. They should have the Dwarf toss out just to be fine, but I don't think they're just going to wait as long as possible for that one, as Tomster will be able to dive in, or not dive in, but meander their way into this one. But Lutano coming in as well. It's going to be the Telekinesis just to force them back. So it looks like they're just trying to poke out at this. Dear Lord. The harassment coming out is really annoying, but the thing is, Collusion's got a lot of mana, and this is Decker Kane, so it's not like they really struggle with healing a friendly team in these poke situations. Like, this is probably actually great for them, because they're like, cool, I'll throw out a potion. I'll throw out another potion. Cure in a bit of a rough spot. I don't think they have a blink. They have one cleave. Collusion has a... Oh my god. That was very close. And also Fury just walking right between that Arcane Orb, and that's Fury slowly making their way. A great tongue drag onto this Garrosh, who does pop the Indomitable, tries to throw one of the enemy members as they go down, but that is going to be the Immortal phase halfway in favor for the members of Looking for Work. And now Zeratul over on this left-hand side trying to make quick work, but this is going to be Vala and Murden as well. Yeah, they've got enough damage here between the Vala and the Murden. They're going to lose some shielding on this Immortal, obviously. As you can see, that's going to be down, but just below half the shielding. 7,213 on that shielding. Not too bad right there. First one of the game will be going into the bottom lane as well, and let's see what they're able to do with this on the side of Looking for Work. Starting to look a little bit more like they're coming to life here in this best of 5 series in our game number 3. And if you're ever going to kind of start to come to life in a best of 5 series, game 3 is your optimal time. Thank you so much for the shout out, Mikey. I appreciate that, my friend. I was learning how to play League to get TFT eggs. How are you enjoying League? I played it a couple times with my friends, or not a couple times. I played one night a few games with my friends, and with them I had a good time, so it was enjoyable. But we do have this Immortal pushing in through bottom lane. Zeratul and Dahak are going to be back into top lane. Still just kind of 1v1ing, just making sure they're picking up that experience of the friendly team. We can also cycle through some of the other numbers to get an idea of what they've done and what they've been putting up experience damage as well as healing numbers-wise. We do have an invade coming through for this camp. Zugrug might have Indomitable up and available. I'm waiting to see if they want to try and step up with this. They do have those roots coming out, and they're just trying to walk up onto this point. They actually tap it, but then they're like, I think I need to get out of here, as that's going to be the Indomitable used at the last second. That will be the toss over. Fury going to be right in front of them. They get the tongue drag, and they find the kill onto Garrosh. Looking for Work, as I said, like, they're starting to put on the pressure in this game number 3. Gonna force them back. I don't know. These telekinesis, when they force them back, I'm not sure if it's just them trying to like just hit them with the telekinesis to get the combo, or if it's actually them just trying to pull them in. It's just an awkward angle or something like that. But Hosty gonna get spotted. That's a great telekinesis to pull him back in. So all my doubts, all my reservations about it are gone now. But No, it's just some of them are just, it seems like they're pushing Li Ming or other heroes away, and I'm not sure if that's just them trying to hit them with the ability to get the show of force stack, or if it's actually them trying to manipulate their positioning. Either way, you can see it right there, doing a great job. Almost getting, I think they almost got the stack. Might not have had the extended lightning off of cooldown. But Immortal Phase shouldn't be too far off. 10 talent here is going to be around in the corner for both these teams. Shaman camps are up and available, and they should be able to rotate over to those and pick those up and push into lane. Great pressure coming all the way around. All Alarak builds have their merits, but not having Applied Force is big yikes. You think so? Applied Force makes W build 100 times better. Yeah, because I believe what you reduce your sadism by 10%, but you're also able to get like what is it? It's 20% distance for your pull, right? He's trying to slow him. Dear Lord. Dear Lord, chat. Alarak going to push up to the top lane a little bit. We are going to be seeing the bottom lane going to be assailed a little bit as well. Tom's doing their best to clean this out, but with the enemy team down here, they need to be a little careful. That's going to be the Herodic Cube. They also had the Sapphire on top of it. Warlord's Challenge, they're looking just to burn down this Dahaka. Great use of the Wave of Force from the Li Ming to force them back. Genji with the dive through. They find the reset. Genji's able to get out. They get a tower as well. Now, granted, they sacrificed their Dahaka for half the Immortal Phase. Might be worth it, because the death timers are a little bit low. They haven't really lost out experience-wise from that. Now Zeratul, oh, VP. What's the setup here? Li Ming actually missing a couple abilities right there, but that's X-Strike on top of that. I'm just going to go ahead and stomp the Vala, but ends up Li Ming going down. Stay a while unless this catches the foot of 2. And Dahaka burrow charges in. Collusion just an old man trying to make their way out. And Zugward poking back out as well, but now they go for the race, and here's the thing, I mean, Vala's dead, yeah, but they still have a decent amount of race from the rest of the team, so this isn't going to be an easy Immortal or even an Immortal for the members of Team Feedem. Meanwhile, though, bottom lane. So, gonna be able to grab that right there. Oh my god, I'm missing so much in chat. I hope we're all behaving. Alrighty, top lane's going to be pushed in right now. They do have the second Immortal of the game, and this is going to be looking for work, looking for a little extra damage, but now they step further forward. That's going to be Malfurion getting taken out in the back lane. Casanova does have this strafe coming out as well. It's going to be a very low Casanova and Goku trying to make their way out. Toss goes out into the Zeratul. Genji finds a Swift Strike through. That's going to be the follow-up onto Alarak, and now they're like, cool, that Immortal's going to get some damage, but I think they wanted to chase Fury, or at least Kier did, but now Tomster also in bottom lane, going to go ahead and take down the fort down here. This means that at least you'll have even lane, so you have the periodic catapult pressure matched out, and overall, while looking for work, do lose a couple members and kind of even out the kills, and it still is very even in the experience. Actually going to be a little more so in favor for the members of Team Feedem. It's still their favor, like their favor on the map. They've lost one structure. The fights have started to go over to Team Feedem, and that's where I start to worry a little bit, especially with the Zeratul totally behaved. Catch post ban effects before Baja catches up in chat and bans everyone. I'm not here to ban people. I mean, if you're being a jerk, then just get out. It's Heroes of the Storm. We're here to have fun. Fact 1, ban it as a dog. That is a very, very good number 1 fact. Fact 2, he's Bahamut's dog. Ooh. Hold on. This is Tomster's vision right now. Burrow charge, that was a great wave of force. I was like, do you have something to stop the burrow charge? Or not the burrow charge, but the brush stalk. And, well, then that wave of force is going to be able to stop that right there. The big blow up coming out, and that's going to be camp cleared out. I wonder, hold on. Let's get their vision right now. And look at, like, Zugrug's anchoring with just the rotations. They're like, if anyone's going to get caught in a bush, I'm fine with it being me. It's honestly, it's a really, really tense game at this point. I like to just being able to jump back and forth and show you all the vision just to get an idea of how they're playing this. Since we are currently on the red vision, you can see that this is going to be the attacking side, so this is going to be a racing side for the Immortals, and defending will be over here. So they can set themselves, that's why you're seeing them all kind of stacking around this one over here, because they want to purely just set up and go for race. Same thing's happening on the opposing side. Both of the Shaman camps are going to be grabbed and pushed into lane right now, and that will be, looks like Zeratul rotating out just to mitigate the top lane pressures, Haka doing the same thing in bottom lane, and they can see this on opposing sides on the minimap. So you can see we have the vision for the red team, they know that Zeratul's up there, same thing on the opposing side, they can see Dahaka's down there. But this is once again going to be on the east-west or the left and right side of the map, and it will be on the defensive side for both. Pretty close when it comes to the Immortal health, about a 4,000 difference, maybe a little bit less. It looks like now that they cleared out the bottom lane, they're stepping up. They do have the availability of a brush stock. They can look to brush stock in this back left bush over here to maybe find their way into the Decker Cane, but they actually don't force the situation. Kira going to be back into this. Lanes are pretty even. VP goes out, but it doesn't connect onto anyone. That's going to be the toss coming out from Zugreg, who does have a Dwarf toss out. That's going to be Hosty trying to get to some deflect value, and also just being a swift nuisance as the last rights come out, or excuse me, the counter strike comes out from Goku right there, but they also have to stay a while and listen. Goku getting very low with 120 status. I'm almost going down. Okay, that's going to be Malfurion down, Alarak down, resets coming out for the Li Ming as well as Hosty, and that's going to be Tomster burrowing in a bit of a rough spot. Meanwhile, Li Ming is going to be chasing oh my god, the Muradin. They don't get that kill. The Haka is the one that went down right there, and now they go ahead, and they step back, and they're like, step up, and they're going to be able to grab this Immortal phase and be able to push that in through the top lane, because this is where the Immortal will go. Since it's the more well-defended lane, bottom lane fort's already gone, you can expect where the Immortal will be, and that's going to be in top with a half shield. 13 minutes in this game. Pretty strong Immortal. First one for the members of Team Feedem. This is going to be the third Immortal of the game, and they have found themselves about a level and a half lead over the enemy team. And I was noting that earlier, you know, it was like 1-6 or 2-6 in kills. Look at it now, it's 11-6. They have not been able to find a kill ever since that mid-ish game on the side of looking for work. And now, with their Immortal, let's see what kind of siege they bring into this top lane. Before Bandit, they called Bark Boxes boxes. They weren't very successful. Is it offensive to call Bandit the Bahamut? No. That, I think actually in my Discord server, that's my sub channel is the Bahamuts, because he's a mutt like through and through. He's lab mixed with border collie mixed with something else. Either way, 17-15. Fury gonna be here on the left hand side, looking for an angle to jump on in. Utano does have a little bit of poke with those magic missiles, and this is now the Immortal stepping up to the keep, and it does still have just about half its health, and if they can find a kill or two, wait, hold on, that's going to be Counter-Strike. I don't think they actually got it triggered right there. Zeratul does go down over that. That is going to be the Stale While and Listen coming out. That's going to be the blow up onto Muradin. So it's a 1-for-1. Tongue Drag was really, really good into Genji. Do they have some sort of way to get out? That's going to be Deflect, Silence from Malfurion. Goku very low, and Lutano's just trying to find the last little bit of damage for that one. Immortal's on core, but it's not going to be enough to even take down the shielding. It might get, yeah, it gets a little bit of percentage-based damage, but that's about it. So they trade out heroes, they get the keep, and now they back off and reset, getting prepared for the next objective as well as just the next team fight. They got 16 seconds on both these sides, or 10 or so seconds on both those heroes that are dead, and we'll cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what the experience, the damage, as well as the healing looks like for all of these players. Whew. What a good game 3, but man, I gotta say, Team Feedem putting on the pressure, starting to bring it back. It was looking a little bit like the members of Looking for Work we're going to be, it sounds like I'm kind of calling this, but it's the momentum shift and the dynamic shift within the team fights and how this game is going. We've swapped the kill domination, we've swapped the structure advantage as well on this map. You're going to have constant pressure coming in through top. This is going to be the benefit from that, though, is it will be the more favored lane on the right-hand side for the Shaman camp. So having the Shaman camp go into catapults buffed out a little bit and also forcing up this wave will allow them to have that pressure that they're looking for. But they're going to kind of do the same thing in this bottom lane. It will be periodic catapults matching out, but with the Shaman camp down here, it'll be pretty helpful. Cure is going to be trying to just put... All right, let's see here. Let's get the... Oh, I was just about to say, let's show the other enemy side vision, but Little ding for Alarak right there as they managed to find a Zeratul kill. 50 seconds, and the Immortal phase is 18 seconds away. They need to start playing this really safe on the side of Team Feedem so they don't have to give this over when it comes to the Immortal phase, because so far they've I wouldn't say clawed their way back up, but they've earned their place back in this game, or worked their way back into this game, and now it seems like it's getting pulled away from them. This bush setup right now, we got Lutano's vision. Double camp in bottom lane as well. Dahaka is showing on map. So they do know that it's 4v4 right here without their Zeratul. That's going to be Warlord's Challenge pulling a couple members back in. That's going to be Extract in the backline. They find a Malfurion. That's huge, but the Decker Kane isn't able to get the healing out. Okay, Zugrug does get the healing as necessary, but Hosty gets a Swift Strike through. They were so close to being able to get that... being able to get that Swift Strike right out of there, and they end up losing 2 members during that engagement and only end up getting 1 kill themselves, and it's a bit of a rough spot, but that's what happens when Tomster ends up leaving the bottom lane push, joins in the friendly team, and turns that 4v5 into or I guess it was starting to turn into a 4v3, but he comes in and then evens it out and ends up winning that fight over with them. 2 kills like that, that's big, but now it's on defensive. They're going to back off, go ahead, tap well, get their lanes reorganized, I guess you could say, and probably try and press the advantage while the enemy members have 2 members down. It is 20 talents here on the opposing side, but still, there's 2 members down, so this is a bit of a rough fight, especially on the side of Team Feedem. Casanova going to get locked down, Warlord's Challenge, Zeratul diving in, trying to get the combos, finds a kill onto Vala. Stay a while and listen is going to be on top of the VP, but I think this is more or less just a disengage. Maybe a little bit panicked right there, just to be like, well, we want to make sure that we can at least walk away from this, but Dahaka will get thrown. They don't have Tunneling Claws, I don't believe. They do have that Primal Aggression at level 13 for the armor reduction. When they use the Darkstorm on heroes, Extract comes out. They actually have living weapons, so you can see the cooldown reduction onto that one. That is going to be the Dahaka going down. They find a Malfurion, they find the Muradin, they find the Alarak. The GGs are literally called already. Top lane has a lot of camps coming in. It's Vala for the defense, and that's really about it. And I think, yeah, the GGs are going to be called right here, and that is going to be the members of Team Feedem going up and taking a best-of-5 series in a 3-0 fashion. I gotta say, Team Feedem, they're looking like a hard team to beat. You know, 100% honest, they were looking a little... It was looking like looking for work could bring it back in this game, especially with those first 2 Immortals and the pressure that they were having. They were staggering out a couple deaths here and there, but it wasn't that bad. But now, like, they played that so well the entire series.